Welcome, acolytes. Personal trainer actually called out the influencers that destroy every freaking gym go just because they want to show out their butt and sell their body for freaking internet fame and money. Yeah, that's how I call those women that actually just show their buttocks for absolutely no reason while training. Totally, acolytes. Let's see what she has to say about this.
I guess I missed this part in my personal training certification. Make sure to show people how to pull up their leggings before working out.
So I watched a few other people react to videos like this, and I figured, it's something to talk about, because one of the things I've noticed about social media is whenever people call out like problematic behavior or just things that they see that is not necessarily kosher, especially if they're a woman, they always get called a pick-me. I don't know why that happens, and it doesn't make any sense anyway.
Simple. Because women that actually think that this is a good thing are extremely toxic. And they will rip into you, make you feel bad, make you feel like you're a failure, make you feel, that you just did something wrong, and manipulate you into thinking exactly like them. Because women, they don't attack you, with their hands, body. They go directly for your mind. And that's bullying one-on-one.
Way, because I get where the origin of that phrase came from, but then people are acting as though the act of getting picked by the opposite sex is somehow bad.
I guess I missed.
Isn't that what you want anyway in the long run, for people to pick you? You want to, as a man, for a woman to pick you? So I don't really understand why that's an insult. But for insecure women, a lot of them, they will come out and try to shame other women for taking them into account and saying, hey, this kind of behavior doesn't make us women look good. It's actually doing the opposite of what you claim that you're advocating for. And yeah, those women will be like, no, you're making me feel like I'm doing something wrong. You're a pick-me. It doesn't even have to relate to fitness. It could be even something that women are calling out other women for that's legit so rude. Like, they're women on a whole thread, and I was there, and they're just lambasting this man who is saying, yeah, I don't like this specific type, or I prefer this specific type. He didn't even say I didn't like this type. He said I prefer. Then their comments are like, ew, guys under 5 need to get stomped by my shoe.
Isn't Andrew Tate like 5'8"?
Oh shit.
Oh, he's like 6'3".
Really?
How big
Yeah.
is his dick
Damn, that's
What
like,
the
he gives
fuck?
such
Oh
short
my
man energy that like, I thought he was like under 6
Wait, whoa,
tall.
hold on. What did you just say? It's short man energy. What does that mean?
Like,
Are you
it was
hating on
kinda
short
mean.
men?
Yeah, it was kind of mean. It was like a derogatory stance, I guess.
See? That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Just effing hating people because of something they cannot, influence, basically. And then demanding that you accept them with their freaking freakouts that they can actually change. It's just so hypocritical that it hurts.
You could say.
You know what? I'll let it slide as long as you're okay with fat girl energy.
I'm...
Oh no, sir, you've crossed the line. Yeah, there is this really crazy double standard in media, in society, where you cannot say anything. As a man, even me talking about this right now, I bet you're gonna get some women, oh, pick me, whatever, bitch. I'm already picked. Are you? Women have the freedom to call out and speak and do whatever they need to do, as long as it's not holding other women accountable, as long as it's not having the audacity to stand up for men when they're being rudely and unjustly targeted, or if they're merely just saying the same things that women say. If a woman says something about having preferences, that's okay. Yes, child, you deserve the best, God's plan, all of that. If a guy says the same thing and merely says, oh, I have a preference. Misogyny, fatphobic, this phobic.
Correctly. That's how this entire thing works. And men are just getting sick of it. Understandably. Because it's hypocritical as fuck. Especially, what you've seen right now was the girl had something against the men that are short, And the fat hogs that run around, they can actually train. So they won't become hogs. And yet, sadly,
phobic, blah, 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 the list goes on. And it's perfectly okay to say that, but only if you're a woman. Now we do have an uptick of people calling out bad behavior or even things that women do that's just really uncouth. And I think one of the things I was very proud of was the Cheesecake Factory woman. I had done a video on that.
Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Have you seen yourself?
I was actually really surprised that most of the women came out and talked about this, and they were like, okay, this was not it. This Cheesecake Factory woman actually made women look worse, and this kind of behavior actually makes women look worse. So what?
yes, because if a woman likes you, they will go and spend time with you anywhere. Maybe not on a cemetery. Although, yes, even on a cemetery. Yes, acolytes, I have, let's just say, experience with that one. But, at the end of the day, if a woman gives you shit because of that, drop her. You don't have to spend time with her. Just drop her. Simple.
What this woman is saying is, yeah, she's poking fun at it because it really doesn't add anything to a fitness video. If you're making videos, like, what is the reason for this? It makes no freaking sense.
No, they're just for horny
And the
guys.
thing is, like, okay, maybe you want to show off your glutes and stuff, and you have a nice butt, you have a very nice figure, that's fine. Like, what this girl is doing here, there's nothing wrong with this. But some people, the angles that they use, like they're shooting a video for OnlyFans or something.
Altori, we both know why they are doing this. Those women are doing this because they want to show off their butts, so horny men click on the video, stay on the video, just to watch them train. Women don't give a fuck about this. They prefer the form. But this is clear intent. Because it doesn't matter how your butt looks in this case. The shoulder stance is way more important. How you actually grab and pull yourself up, that's way more important. How your arms hang, the butt is irrelevant here.
And then they use padded yoga pants. Most of these women, I don't think she's using it, so that's fine. But most of these women I've seen in these influencer videos, they're using padded yoga pants. And what it does is it gives you a little bit more of a boost in the rear area. As you can see here, it has little pads that if you have a flat ass or you want your figure to look better in a video or a picture, you can pad it out by wearing one of these. It's usually very obvious when people are wearing them. And I understand that, like if you're going out, but if you're going to the gym, I don't really understand why you would need to do that. And I don't know why people act like it's wrong to call that out. If you want to do that, that's fine. But let's not sit here and pretend that you're not doing exactly what everybody knows you're doing. It's the same thing with the donut daddy dude. It's so freaking cringe. Like, ew. Like, what the fuck is even this, bro? Like, it's so freaking ridiculous, it makes me mad. And he's doing exactly the same thing that people who call themselves fitness influencers.
Correctly. He does one-to-one the same thing. I agree with her.
Are doing. At least he's laying it on thick and it's super obvious and he's super full of himself. But a lot of these women do the same thing and it's like, okay, girl, get your money up, do whatever you gotta do, but then don't get mad when someone calls you out for doing exactly what you know you're doing. Then you'll have dudes doing the same thing, like, look at my muscles. Gotta fluff up my dick real quick for the pic. Like, okay. We see you, we see all of you, and we all look at this and we're like, okay, if they owned it, I could understand. But then it's the mental gymnastics and the lengths people go to in order to claim that's not, how do I say that? God damn it, that is not what is really happening. Freaking, in order to claim that's not.
Get your mind out of the gutter,
you know what I mean?
woman.
You cannot look at a video of a fitness coach doing this and tell me that her primary thing is showing you how to get in shape.
Posted this short video as a personal trainer, and she like has highlights of women constantly doing that, and the women were just like lambasting her. If jealousy was a video, it would be this one. Someone says, "Did they pick you?" Or and like these are like very popular fit influencers, and someone says, "I rarely ever post comments, but I feel you're compelled to say this. I understand your mission is wanting to shift the industry and address over-sexualization. I'm aligned with this too, but tearing down other women just to prove a point doesn't inspire change. It does the opposite."
Tearing down women? Yeah, okay. On the internet, anything you say to call out what people are doing or to call out their hypocrisy, if it is towards a woman, counts as tearing down a woman. Holding a woman accountable counts as tearing down a woman. Now, yes, if a woman is participating in an activity that men are also doing, and you don't call out the men and you only call out the women, you are tearing down a woman. You are being a bit sexist in that regard. If you are calling out behavior that women are doing, like going above and beyond to maliciously insult an entire group of people, like men, but you don't see the same level of exposure to that specific perception with women, with the exception of this one article, and it's full with sarcasm, so she's not actually saying anything, like, oh, study shows that women are stupid, then yes, you're a bit of a buttered cyclops.
Oh yeah, girl, you really got him with that one. How will they ever recover? As a certified personal trainer, I absolutely love it when other women look hot as fuck, dress however they confident, and I have zero desire to shame them for adjusting their clothing. I don't know why that's funny. So here's another woman who's different critic. She, I'm gonna cut the music out. Oh, see. Yeah, so the caption says, "Crazy what happens when you actually dress demure and don't show your ass on Instagram." Okay, and then let's keep watching. Fucking word. Her audience is 96% women, 3% men.
And that's what I'm saying, though.
What the fuck? That's no, really. That's surprising. Hey, fair enough.
Honest. Just be honest. Bro, your butt pads are leaking over your thighs. And as I've said, I don't think anything is necessarily wrong with this. Okay, there's a little bit of that because some of the men, I'm not even going to just call it the women, there are a lot of the men, fitness influencers as well, that do stuff like this. There's one where he just... I don't know, okay, maybe he's well endowed and stuff, but he knows what he's doing, and he always has these angles of him running or working out specifically so you can see it.
Yeah.
Hold it, what the hell is that shit?
And like, I get you want people to watch your videos and stuff, that's great, but let's not pretend it's primarily about fitness.
She's correct. You know what the fucked up thing is? It works. That's the worst thing. Yeah. If it didn't work, it would be fine. But no. By the way, this is unnecessary. If I am correct, this is a heavy vest. If you're sitting down and doing nothing, this vest does nothing. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. Now we're talking. If he's moving, that's a good thing.
It's narcissism, and you just want to thirst trap and show off your body. If people are making fun of you for that, at least just be like, yeah, you got me. I get it.
Oh my god, stop.
As YouTubers, we make clickbait thumbnails as long as it's not something unrelated to the video and it's in line with what the subject of the video is or what's in the video. You make the thumbnails attention grabbing so that people can click on it, obviously. People are shaming you for doing that. That doesn't make sense because that's the purpose of it. But if you're claiming that your primary purpose is helping people get into shape, then that's going to be your primary focus in the way that you market things. You market your body, you market your physique, you show yourself working out, and you show the human body in form, doing what it's meant to do. You don't only focus on the angles with your ass and your tits, because that's not what people are signing up for. As a woman who is straight, yeah, that's great. You have a great body. I love a great body too. I love people with ass. I don't have one. So I appreciate seeing a nice ass on a man or a woman. However, if I'm going to a fitness video for women and I want to see, okay, as a woman, what exercises must I do? And all I'm getting is, today we're going to work out the glutes. Alright guys, let me just fix my balls real quick. Fluff up the frenulum and the shaft. Alright, this is the perfect angle. Alright, we're gonna be working out my back. I'm gonna get annoyed as fuck and click right off, because that is clearly telling me that the kind of content that I'm signing up for by watching this channel isn't the one that I'm expecting. It's not about fitness. It's about, hey, look at my body and give me attention, which is fine. But then don't lie to people and say you're a fitness influencer because you're not actually showing you being active and staying fit. They hardly do any exercise. They'll do a few cuts of them doing a few reps of something, and it's not even full reps. They'll just show, oh, hey, you do 6 of this, 4 of 8, and then they show 2 seconds of it in short form content and don't actually sit there and do it with you. Just gonna climb over here, you do like leg lifts like this. Oh, you can barely see it. All right, now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Give me some money. And then they barely give you anything of any substance. And the reason why I think other people and other girls will poke fun at it is because we see that, right? We see that these fitness influencers are using their bodies, their butts, cleavage, tight leggings with butt pads, slow-mo angles to draw attention, get clicks, and boost their engagement. And it works. It really does. It gets people, particularly men, to click, or women who are interested in seeing that. And that's the reality of how social media operates. Sex sells. The people know what they're doing. That's what that woman was saying when she was calling it out. They're tugging their leggings up their butt cracks and arching their backs and pretending to stretch while they film their workouts. They're just bouncing their glutes up and down, and they're not really posting for fitness inspiration. They're just marketing themselves as a fantasy. And that would be all well and good if a lot of these people weren't also posting these thirst trap content and then going, ugh, men are so creepy, or this guy is a loser, or what did you think was going to happen? Like, a lot of these people are talking about women should be empowered and we shouldn't have to feel like we're sexualized at the gym. But then meanwhile, women at the gym, women at the gym, women at the gym, women at the gym wearing pom-pom shorts and twerking. Yes. Yes, of course. Men are fucking creepy.
I guess I missed this part in my personal training certification. Make sure to show people how to pull up their leggings before working out. So that was my video, that went viral. And there were hundreds of comments saying, but it's normal to pull up your leggings, and this is a normal habit. Now, I won't argue with you that it's a normal habit to pull up your leggings, but it's not normal to film yourself doing that and then post it online. Yes. This is not just a habit that just so happened to be caught on camera. It is done so intentionally.
Woman, you can call them out for the fucked up thing they are doing. They are arguing with you in bad faith. Because everybody that actually looks at this logically and just does what they do knows that this woman pulls up her fucking leggings on purpose so she can thirst trap. And everybody who argues with you otherwise is a bad faith actor. Because this isn't a subjective thing. This is objectively what happens. And there's just, it's like freaking breathing. If you argue that you're breathing too heavy or somebody else then just argues you don't have to, well, fuck you then. It doesn't make sense.
It's the lengths these trainers go through of setting up their camera and tripod, pressing record, then making sure they're all centered in frame. Turning around, then picking up their leggings, essentially giving themselves a wedgie or purposefully jiggling their glutes to flex or show off their body. And it doesn't stop there. After they're done filming and working out at the gym, they go to edit their educational and inspirational workout video. They purposely clip this moment of pulling up their leggings, sometimes even zoom in and put it at the beginning of their video as a hook to get you to watch.
Correct.
Sometimes it takes a whole 5 seconds of pulling up leggings before we even get to see a single part of the workout. What we don't see is them picking up their dumbbells, getting into position, or all of their reps. You know, the unnecessary stuff. Don't make excuses for these girls. These are professional content creators. If they know how to delete a clip of the other unnecessary stuff, they know how to delete a clip of them pulling up their leggings. This is intentionally filmed and edited. At the end of the day, this is inappropriate. Instagram trainers, be honest. You're either doing this to tap into your followers' insecurities, Or you're doing it for your own likes to get your comment section full of heart eye emojis, fire emojis, and hashtag body goals. It doesn't add value to anyone but you.
She ain't wrong. And if it really was about just fitness and you trying to encourage people to love their body and to look better, they wouldn't, every single one of them, be wearing butt pads as pants. Just saying.
I spent $108 on Skims butt pads. Before we're gonna do a full circle, I'm just in a sports bra. God. I'm crying. Okay, juicy Miss Thing.
Yo, I'm cleaning doing random shit, and I tried, this is like the butt pad of Skims. They would tell me it does not look like a diaper. I'm so sorry. I'm so okay, this is without it. You know? It's given without it, so I don't know that.
Do you hate the butt scrunch but want the lift? I got something for you. Okay, so these leggings have the butt lift but no scrunch. To get close, but there's a little like band under here that's giving your booty like a little lift.
Yeah, I don't think that what this woman did was wrong. What she said was wrong. I don't think people should stop doing it. If it's getting you clicks and it's getting you views, sure, continue if you want to, but just don't pretend that you're a fitness coach or you really care primarily about fitness when you're spending a whole 5 minutes shaking your ass and your tits and it has nothing to do with your workout, or acting like, oh, I'm just pulling up my pants, it's innocent, I'm not doing anything. Look, everybody already knows, and you trying to convince people that's not what you're doing is making it look worse. And let's just call it what it is. It's over-sexualization, which, cool, look, every one of us likes that. We like sexy things. I'm not gonna lie, if I see a beautiful woman or a beautiful man, I'm gonna be like, damn, okay. And you don't even need to do that. Trust me, as someone who's gone to the gym and had men approach me when I'm wearing freaking sweatpants and a freaking baggy t-shirt, you don't need to do much.
Yeah, true. Men will approach you. If you're attractive, men will approach you anyway. You don't need this stuff. It's fine. But hey.
Men to ogle. It will happen regardless. But if you are doing that, if you are bumping up your ass to make it look bigger, you are doing it for attention. And that's cool. These women coming out and saying that.
Yeah, and by the way, what then happens, you're signaling to the person that actually talks to you or to everybody else that you just wanna F. That's all. That's the signal you're bringing out. If you actually want someone to talk with you normally, just have fun, just maybe go out on a date, dress normal. There are way higher chances that people who actually want a long-term relationship will approach you if you dress normal. Then, if you dress with freaking yoga pants like freaking that come out and press your butt cheeks in, that just signals I wanna F.
People are pick-me's for just pointing that out, which is a fact, is crazy, because I think the reason why they're getting so defensive is because they know damn well that's what they're doing, but they're trying to convince their audience that they're authentic, and that's not what they're doing, and they're completely innocent, and they weren't even thinking that. Please cry me a river. To me, it's no different than a lawyer being like, I'm just trying to look out for you and your best interest. You know, I care about you. It's all about you. No, it's not. Be so for real right now. If you discovered that my bloodstream was made of money and I tripped and fell in front of you, you'd suck me off so fast. Anyway, at the end of the day, people are going to be free to do whatever they want to do, sure, but don't expect people to not talk about it. If you go half undressed in the gym, but then you want to try and get men because they looked at you, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have people who are very resentful towards you, because a lot of these men, if they were women too, they don't address the fact that in a lot of these videos where they're trying to show men being creepy, that women are also staring at them, but they just ignore the women staring at them and just focus on the men. It's just the men that are creepy. Even though you're half dressed in the gym and borderline SHing everyone there, that's not creepy. But the act of people noticing that you were way underdressed for a gym or overdressed for a gym, not normally like people would be dressed who were serious about working out there, apparently that's somehow creepy.
Watch how I react to creepy men staring at me while I'm working out.
Stop looking at me, bro. Stop looking at me. Baby, how much?
Caught this creep staring at me working out.
That's why people are calling out.
Yep.
If you want to call them pick me, sure, why not? But be honest, you are trying to get attention, and you're also possibly ruining other people's lives if you're one of those people that do that, but then trying to ruin a guy's reputation for staring or for noticing that you're dressed that way. Also, what are your stances, some of you, with having cameras in the gym? Like, I understand people that want to film, like...
No. Just no. F that. It depends on the position. If you want to record yourself, you go in, tell to the people that are in there, hey, hear me out, I want to record myself. I just need, I don't know how long, like 1 minute, 2 minutes. Just warning you. Then you record yourself. Then it's fine. But if you're just stirring it up, just having the entire time running and running and running, so other people might just by mere accident go in and just be on your fucking video for absolutely no reason, fuck that, get the fucking camera out, and if you're in the gym, just grab the thing. Okay, I cannot advocate for that because... Hypothetically, if this happened to me, and it may or may not have happened, I would hypothetically could grab the camera or the handy, in this case, and then just throw it out of the window. Could happen.
Like, look at their form later and stuff, but then there's the whole thing of people not wanting to be on camera. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, man, I wouldn't feel comfortable. I mean, I really don't want people coming up and talking to me while I'm working out. That was one of the issues. Like, I kept getting approached, and I understand. I'm not blaming people for doing that because, yeah, if you're all in a communal area, it's a public area, and someone approaches you to talk to you, I'm not going to fault them for that. I'm not going to say they're evil or creepy for doing that. They were very respectful about it. However, when I'm on a freaking cardio machine and you see me sweating and I have my headphones on, I don't want people coming up to me and asking me to go to fucking lunch. Like, I'm in the middle of freaking work. Now I have to stop the treadmill.
Yeah, that's fair enough, by the way. This is, if you have your headphones on, if nobody, or if anybody actually just wants to talk to you, you know, that's a bit unkosher, but, I mean, it's not the worst thing. You just say, yeah, I want my piece. Then it's fine.
Or the freaking elliptical, catch my breath so I can speak to you and answer your questions and take off my headphone. You couldn't wait till I was finished. Like, that's very annoying, which is now why I have a home gym, because I do get it. It is very annoying. But what makes it even weirder is, like, imagine me breaking up a sweat and I am just like, because I can guarantee, like, when people are working out, they do not look pretty. They're like, I can only imagine how my face looks when I'm freaking decking. So having someone filming me and then putting that out, now it's like, okay, that is not how I want to be It's very annoying. So that's something that creeps me out as a woman. So I can't imagine.
That's a matter of taste. I mean, I personally agree with her. I don't find it particularly attractive in a human being if they, well, sweat, work out, and then look like a freaking beast afterwards. But there are people that actually prefer that. So it is what it is.
And as a man, not only having to worry about that, but then also if your eyes just happen to fall on someone accidentally, now they're going to make a viral video about you and put it up on TikTok with them calling you crazy and creepy and people hunting you down so you could get fired from your job or have your wife look at you funny and your kids being all like, Daddy, why were you staring at that woman at the gym so hard? And yes, while we're on the subject, if you're a fitness coach and you're trying to sell your course or get people to come to you, trust me, your physique is enough. Me seeing your elephant trunk 90% about to take off is not going to make me take your fitness videos seriously. If you're just posing for a picture and it has nothing to do with that, you're just like, wow, this is my body, guys. Then whatever. Ew.
What the fuck?
But I can't even say anything because women have called out men about this in the past. And they're like, okay, we see what you're doing. You're obviously baiting people and thirst trapping people. The men don't usually say anything about this. They don't come and say, well, it's natural, you know, we're just trying to adjust my pants. Not my fault. It happens right before I edit the video and then I leave it in there. But anyway, that's enough of that. Stay safe out there.
Fair enough. Good points. Some really good points. And at the end of the day, why are you in the gym? Well, to train, first of all. Second of all, secondary thing is to socialize from time to time. That's the two main things. Some people just go to socialize, by the way. Yes, and this happens way more often than you think. But yeah, if your fitness influencers are just effed up, it's... I'm gonna be honest. The thing is, about this entire thing, if you want to pursue them legally, you might have a point there, or even just do that and be fine and win. But in the end of the day, even if you win, that won't do shit. The punishment just, you're freaking getting looked at like a freak no matter what, and just, you already lost everything, basically. If influencer or fitness influencer or any other person just says that you're, well, a creep. You're done. A big creator? Yeah, you're just done. And there should be way harsher punishments for that. Especially for creator. For a YouTube creator or something like that, or for misinformation. Because right now, you can say what you want. That's irrelevant. That's just so irrelevant. You can pay a bit good trust and people will still love your freaking everything just because you're a big creator. Take Mr. Beast. Yeah. This many freaking negative press, scams, and still. He has his thing. Logan Paul. Exactly the same. He scammed, he went out, he did a lot of bad things, and yet, he's still a millionaire. If the punishment system was way harsher, they wouldn't actually risk it, but hey, as it is, acolytes, good night.